Hey Algebra 2, today we're going to talk about arithmetic means. Arithmetic means. Don't forget that our formula to find a specified term is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Well, it says find the four arithmetic means between 36 and 32. In our last lesson we were finding our last term, but in this case we actually know our last term. So let's write down the information we know. A sub n, our last term, is 32. A sub 1, our first term, is 36. And then the number of terms is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 terms. The one thing we don't know, which we need to find in order to find these four terms, is d. We don't know our common difference. So we're still going to use the same exact formula, it's just we're going to solve for d now. So, last term is equal to our first term plus number of terms n, so 6 minus 1 times d. So I'm going to do two steps in one. I'm going to subtract the 36 over, which gives us negative 4 is equal to 6 minus 1 is 5d. So now I divide by 5. So d is equal to negative 4/5. Alright? So now I'm just going to be going down by 4/5 each time. So 36 minus 4/5 is 35 and 1/5. Minus 4/5 would be 34 and 2/5. 33 and 3/5. 32 and 4/5, which makes sense. Always make sure the last one is correct as well. If I subtract 40, if I subtract 4/5 from 32 and 4/5, I get 32. So we know that this works, okay? So again, this is how we do it. We first always write down the information that you know, that you're given. And then we plug into our formula to solve for d. After we found our common difference, we apply it starting with the first term, and it should line up to the last term, okay? Alright, our next problem says, the arithmetic mean, so we got a word problem here. The arithmetic mean of two numbers is 15. So what you need to know about the arithmetic mean between two numbers, a little formula here, is just x plus y over 2. The first number plus the second number divided by 2. That's when you're looking for the mean just between two numbers. Remember, mean means average. So the average of the two numbers. Well, in this case, because this applies to all arithmetic mean between two numbers, this one says it is, the arithmetic mean of two numbers is 15. Is in math terms means equals, so it is 15. If the greater number, do we know which one's greater right now? No. So let's just say on the side here, let's say the greater is x, smaller is y. Doesn't matter which one's which, no it doesn't. So we just establish one of them to be greater, one to be smaller. If the greater number, x, is decreased by, so that's subtract, 6 times the smaller, 6y, says the result is, again in math terms the result is means equals, the result is 2. Now we need to find the two numbers. So with these type of word problems we have to set up two equations. And the reason we do that is if I add the 6y over here, I can now substitute this in to the other equation. And the reason why we do that is so we can be down just to one variable. So if I plug 6y plus 2 into x, I get 6y plus 2 plus y over 2 is equal to 15. I'm going to do two steps at once. First I'm going to multiply this 2 out because I want to get the 2 out of that. I don't want a denominator. So I multiply the 2 out. And here I'm going to combine like terms. So I'm left with 7y plus 2 is equal to 30. Okay? 7y plus 2 is equal to 30. So as you know, we should subtract 2. You have 7y is equal to 28. And lastly, if you divide by 7, you get y is equal to 4. But notice it says find the two numbers. We only found one of them. So what we can do is go back up to here, okay? Go back up to that equation and plug 4 in for y. So we have x is equal to 6 times 4 plus 2. X is equal to 24 plus 2, therefore x is equal to 26. Now we found the two numbers. Now if you want to check your work, plug them both back into here. 26 plus 4 is 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So we know that this works. Okay? So again, with the word problems, you have to set up two equations so that you can substitute into one of them, leaving it with one variable to solve for. That's how we got the y equals 4. And then plug back into one of these equations to solve for x. Okay? Alright, well, good luck with that. Ask any questions at school if you need. Alright, take care.